up, guys? Turning the trainer with MKE German Shepherds, and I'm trying to get y'all a good close up of these pups because they will start going home tomorrow. I know it went so fast, but you can see right now they're all mad at me because it's time to eat according to them. They still got about 30 minutes before they eat. But the purpose of this video, guys, is to kind of wrap up and sum up what I'm going to tell my puppy parents. Thank you. When they're coming to pick up their pup. So we provide them with a FAQ, which is about 6 pages long. Ow! Sarge, you bit me. You bit me, man. It's about 6 pages long. Paulo, you drink like your daddy. You drink so fast. It's about 6 pages long, but it gives you a lot of information about how we care for our puppies, to include how we deworm them and to include the food that they're on. So I know everybody wants to eat. Everybody wants to eat. So everybody just got a bath. They are stinky little things at this age. So everybody got a full bath. Looks like everybody's just about dry. We took off their little baby collars to get them clean too. So they're drying off, and we'll get it back on them a little later. The only one I kept on was my girl Jet, because her and Vegas look so similar. I can tell them apart, but we didn't want to make any mistakes. So Vegas is without the collar, black female, and that's Jet. She kept her collar on. Okay, y'all keep trying to get my hand, so I'm gonna have to film from up here. So one of the big things that we always tell our puppy parents is to hand feed their puppies, hand feed the puppies when they go home. So that builds bonding, and it will also build on the foundation that we have. You see how he's sitting here and he's being very, very patient. He's waiting for food because we started hand feeding. Good job. Good job, Aries. We started hand feeding them. So they'll give me behaviors like this. He knows he's not going to get anything. Sarge. Not Sarge. Striker. That's you, Striker. You just want me to rub on you, or you want some food? I think you want some food, but good boy. But you can see how they are used to eating from my hand. Just cup your hand like this. Put some food in it. I shouldn't do it. It's actually teasing them. Sorry about that. But you can see how he's looking for my hand for some food. So Aries is a very smart boy. He knows how to get the food. Sarge, why are you biting me? So I always get distracted. Sorry about that. Cute puppies. Hand feed your pup for the first, I would say, 3 days. Okay? And acknowledge that this puppy is going to be taken from everything it's ever known. So they're going to need patience, and they're going to need time to adjust. Every puppy is different. Some puppies, thank you, Jet. Some puppies are a little bit faster with the adjustment, and others it takes a little bit. So the hand feeding will actually build the bond, build the trust, and they say, oh, this is how I get my food now. And guess who you become? You become puppy's favorite person in the world. Okay? Another thing we tell parents is to not overwhelm the puppy. The puppy is going to be going into a new environment. Remember that they are really, really cute. They are awesome. People are probably waiting to see them, but I would slowly introduce your puppy to people. Okay? Don't take him to a big gathering where he's going to be overwhelmed, he or she. You don't want that. You're going to see just how fast that they can adjust, but at the same time, you do not want to do harm and just introduce them to a million new things at once. So you think about them as a baby. You bring home a newborn baby, right? Everybody's excited and wants to see baby, but got to be patient. Give mom and dad some time to adjust to the puppy, the immediate family, to adjust before you start inviting multiple people over. Another thing to remember is that these puppies have only had their first set of shots. They still have to get 2 more sets of shots. They still need 2 to finish their distemper. And then at 16 weeks, they're going to get their rabies shot. Once they're at that 16-week mark, that's when the puppy is considered fully vaccinated. But you still want to be very, very careful. I think I've had conversations with everybody when we talked about the deposits that you were putting down on some of the places that I take my pup. um, to get them socialized, because you don't want them locked up inside of the house all the time. So you still do want to expose them to things. Hardware stores are normally pet friendly. So Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, and what you do is you just take a whooping pad like this, or a blanket. You put that blanket inside of the cart, and while they're this small, you can put that blanket in the cart. You put the puppy in the cart and just walk around. Not that you have to shop, but he's gonna see sights. He's gonna see sounds. Like, he's gonna hear sounds. Right? There's gonna be a lot of people, and at your leisure, you tell people if you are comfortable with them petting the puppy. But I'm always cautious when exposing my puppies to newer people, okay? Because you don't want them to have a negative exposure. So I tend to expose them at this age to people that I trust and people that they're going to be around the most, like immediate family, right? And if we go to grandma's every day, we want to let them see grandma, right, Sarge? Right? So these puppies have been around mom, dad, and big brother. Not big brother so much, because big brother he's really big. So he doesn't know how to play. Is gentle with the pups. Dad pretty much ignores them, and mom teaches them everything they need to know. So they've had exposure to dogs. They just haven't had exposure to outside dogs. If you have other dogs in your family, I encourage you now, or you probably should have already been looking at how to introduce your dog. Like I'm saying, like I've said before to everybody that, thank you, but that has told me they have a dog, is you know your dog better than I do, and you know what they're going to accept. Okay? But do not give that puppy and or your big dog negative exposure as soon as they go home. So I'll try my best to link it to this video on how to properly introduce your puppy to the new dog, so that we all have positive experiences, right? You want everything to be as easy as possible. Next topic, deworming. These puppies will come up to date on their deworming. So everybody's going to get dewormed. Vegas and Striker are leaving tomorrow, so I'll deworm them first thing in the morning. They'll be good to go. And Saturday I'll deworm all the rest of the puppies when they're 8 weeks old. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Sarge? So they'll be up to date on their deworming. So when you take them to the vet, they will not need their 8-week deworming, but they do need to be dewormed at 10 weeks and then 12 weeks. Okay? After the 12 weeks, they need to be dewormed every 3 months. So I'm going to send you with the FAQ that shows you the dewormer that we use. Again, do your research so you can figure out, they're tearing up everything now, so you can figure out which dewormer is best for you and your pup, because every dewormer kills a different worm. Okay, so I'll send you with the dewormers that we use. Careful, that we use here. So there's no confusion. I'll direct you to Amazon. That's where we get it. And I'll tell you this, you can spend $27 on a big bottle of Pyrantel, spend $33 on the fenbendazole, and that dewormer will last you for a very long time, especially if you only got one pup. So again, deworm them at 10 weeks, 12 weeks, and then after that, every 3 months. You are going to want to do as much research on your pet as you can. Hey, Aries and Apollo. Oh, nope, that's Roulette. Roulette, leave your big brother alone. Actually, that's your little brother. Do as much research as possible for your pup. Okay? So, we feed Taste of the Wild the salmon puppy formula. It is a grain-free formula. Striker, don't bite me. It is a grain-free formula. Now, again, I'll tell you, do your research. This is what I feed my pups when they are here. This is what I'm keeping Jet on. When she stays, that little girl right there, she'll stay on that formula. But there are reports that a grain-free formula can lead to heart issues in big dogs. Okay, nothing is proven, but I want to be very transparent and let you know that if you choose to feed your dog a different puppy food, that's fine, but make sure that it is a puppy food. It has to be a puppy food. I do not recommend all life stages. That's just me personally, because you can buy food that are for puppies, that are for adults, and that are for senior dogs. I stick to specific puppy formulas. That's going to make sure that they are getting the calories and the nutrients that they need to be healthy pups. Which leads perfectly into the little ears. Striker, show your mom and dad. Look, say my ears are popping up. And Sarge's ears have been up for, I want to say, more than a week. Good job. Now, their ears are going to go up and down. You can see Aries here. How he's got his ears halfway up and they're floppy. Who is that? Roulette. And you see Roulette's ears they're open and they're leaning. These puppies are going to go through a lot of stages with their ears. There's Sarge. There's a good look at Sarge. So even though Sarge's ears are up, doesn't mean that his ears won't flop back down. Their ears go up and down when they're teething. Aries, you are being such a good boy. You are being an excellent boy, and my girl's being bad. Good job. Let's pause here. Look like she's about to take a dump. All right, left off talking about their ears. So their nutrition is going to play a big part in those ears popping up. And I'm going to try and wrap this up because I know that they're hungry. Excuse me. Their nutrition is going to play a big part in their ears popping up. Okay, so you want to feed a good food. Do your research, and I'm going to tell you this. Everybody's going to say, feed this, feed that. I put my dog on this. I put my dog on that. This kibble is no good. Do what works for you and your pup. Do what works for you and your pup. All of these puppies are excelling. Look at their growth. Look at their healthy coats. Good boy. You are being an excellent boy, Aries. He ready to eat. On the food that they're on, okay? So people are going to want to give their opinions on what food they like and all of that. Do what works for you and your dog. If your dog loves it and your dog is healthy on it, feel free to feed it, okay? Use your own judgment on the dog food, the puppy food that you feed your pup, okay? We, in the FAQ that we're going to send home, we tell you exactly how to switch your dog over if you choose to switch their food over. So you can feel free to follow those. I'll show you real quick what we use when we are you can't eat a can. We use 100% pumpkin. Okay, this is pureed pumpkin. Comes in a can. This is about maybe $1.29. Okay, don't get the pumpkin pie because sometimes you can get confused with that. 100% pure pumpkin. We got this at Target for about $1.29. You can mix that in their food. Now, just advice for when these puppies are older, if for whatever reason they have an upset stomach or loose stools, you can give them a scoop of that pumpkin. What I do is I just put a scoop of the pumpkin puree in some hot water, mix that up real good, and then I'll pour it over their kibble. If that's not working, always go to the bland diet. Bland diet, white rice, boiled chicken. Do not ever feed your dog cooked chicken bones. Very good girl, Vegas. Do not feed your dog cooked chicken bones. Okay, so we use chicken breast, boil it. They eat that chicken and rice. You can throw some of that pumpkin in there, and that will cure their upset tummies. Okay, but all of these pups are having solid bowel movements. So the food that they're on is working for them. I'll reiterate that again. Everybody is ready to eat. Also, I'm going to send you home with some fresh foods that your pup can eat. Okay. Whenever you're going to introduce a new food to your puppy, you do so one at a time. Don't try and introduce pineapple and apple at the same time. Don't try and introduce green beans and kale at the same time. You want to do one at a time just to see if they're going to have a reaction and if they'll like it. Roulette, you just mess with everybody. Okay, so we're going to send you home some fresh foods that you can add to your puppy's kibble or just give it snacks. Okay, I'm going to still be posting lots and lots of content with Jet here. Okay, so your puppy is this little girl's sibling. So you're going to see just how they grow. You're going to see some of the training that I do with Jet. Feel free to comment. Feel free to always text me, call me. It's 100%. I will support you through the lifetime of this puppy. Okay, it's not like I'm just gonna disappear as soon as you get this puppy. Trying to make sure we got everything, and I think that is a wrap pretty much. So You've seen videos before. These puppies have been crate trained since they were about 4 weeks old. They sleep in this crate all night. They eat at 4 or 4:30. You heard my son, you heard Donnie? They eat at 4 or 4:30 a.m. They eat again at 2 p.m. and then I feed them again at 8 or 9 p.m. depending on if I'm done. So at this age, you're going to want to feed your puppy 3 times a day. The feeding guide is going to be sent with you in the FAQ so you can see exactly what they're supposed to eat. For those of you who got the legacy package, everything will be on the back of that dog food, and I encourage you to follow that feeding guide, okay? You do not want to put, please stop it. You do not want to put a lot of weight on your puppy, okay? It's cute, it's impressive to have a big dog, but as you can see, these dogs are going to be big, okay? Daddy is 85 pounds in the summertime. In the wintertime, he gets up to 92. Blitz is still growing, and he's 89 pounds. Their siblings, male siblings, we have 2 over 100 pounds already at 8 months. They're going to put on weight. You do so slowly and you do so properly, okay? You don't want to put too much weight on their joints. That's not good for puppies. That's not good, okay? So especially, hey, you bit me. I tried to break it up and you got me. You playing rough with your brother? Settle down, okay? So be very careful about that, okay? Because too much weight can obviously hurt them. Another big thing with their hips is that their environment can cause stress to their hips, okay? If you're going to train your puppy, which you should be, it's required in the contract to train them, don't have them jumping off of stuff. Don't let them start jumping on stuff until they're about 1 year old, because that puts unnecessary stress. We'll take a break. That puts unnecessary stress on their hips, okay? So we feed coconut oil. We feed our big dogs Cosequin. At this age, you don't need to do anything, but at 3 months old, you can start a salmon oil, omega oil. And remember, a lot of people don't even know this, but once you open up those salmon oils, you have to refrigerate that. It'll go rancid. And I don't even think they have that on the packaging, okay? But a lot of people miss that step. So I think they can start that at 3 months old. Do your research, like I said, and that will help with their coat. That'll help with their skin, and helps with their brain functions, okay? So it's also something else that you can add to the food. At this age, they love food, so they're going to be very driven, and this is why it's going to be very easy for you guys to build on that foundation that I put on them, okay? Preach patience with the food. That gives them practice, and that bond, that helps them bond, okay? So once I get some more free time, I'm going to actually show you some recall things that we do with the puppies. Actually, I'll try it now. Puppy, 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 puppy. And that'll get everybody's attention. So we've done that since they started the mush at about 3 weeks old. We just say puppy, puppy, puppy. So if you want your puppy to come to you, try that, okay? And then you start with the food, and you can start using their name because they'll be separated. So then they'll know striker, 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 food. You see? Come to you to give him food. And that's how he'll learn his name. Who is this? Who is this? Come on up here. You being a troublemaker. Okay? So I know that this is a long video, guys. But I think it's necessary for you to understand that this is how I care for them, and it's going to make it an easy transition. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay? So these puppies know how to wait. They know how to be patient. Do not let them trick you. They know how to be quiet in the crate. When you get them home and you start your crate training, who's that? Sarge, I'm gonna put you in air gel. They'll fuss for a little bit in their crate, and I would say at the max they've ever fussed was like 7 minutes, and that was really in the beginning. So once they eat, I'm going to let them run around. They're going to poop. They're going to get ready for bed. And we keep them structured, and we keep them at a bedtime. If they eat at 9, then they're probably in bed at 10. If they eat at 8, they're probably in bed at 9. And then they don't get up until the morning time. These puppies are not able to hold their bowels. Okay, who is this? Come here. It's you again, Roulette. You're not getting down this time. So just like newborn babies, you got to get up in the middle of the night with your potty training to let them outside. You got to let them out every couple of hours in the nighttime. Okay, so good luck, good luck with that. But that's just part of the potty training. Can y'all quit it? I'm actually gonna feed them here. Okay, so if you have any more questions, you all have my number. You can reach out to me. But this video is just gonna be exactly what I'm gonna tell you guys tomorrow. Is just this is the long part. I know by the time you want to pick your puppy up, you're gonna be ready and excited to get them up out of here. Come here, little girl. Come here. Feisty, feisty, feisty. She got her mama in her. Okay. All right, guys, that wraps everything up. It's time to feed these pups and get them off the bed. Remember, structure is a must. Training and confidence, meaning you as the handler, have to be confident when handling these puppies, okay? The puppy that you train will be the dog that you get. Everything that you pour into this pup is what you're going to get out of it. You have a wonderful foundation. You have a beautiful dog. And I know that the puppy blues can be a real thing. But just look at that sweet face. Remember why you got them. They will be perfect family companions. Don't put high expectations on your dogs. Build them. They'll learn to trust you. They'll be wonderfully trained, and they'll make just a wonderful part of your family. So we appreciate you guys doing business. Thank you, my girl. And I am definitely going to miss these pups. I know Trainer Don will. So I hope that you guys keep in touch. We'll see you later, guys. Peace.